Dude, it's like half the league ran for 1,000 yards last year. 16 backs did it. 16, that's a lot to me, considering that we think it's more of a passing league. That seemed like a high number. But I want to see who you guys think gets into that 1K club. I looked at a few rookies and a young vet here. The 800-yard club. David Montgomery over in Chicago, Miles Sanders in Philly, Kenyan Drake over to Arizona. And then Devin Singletary at 775. So a few rookies in there, another young back and Drake. Do any of them make the 1K club for you guys?
All of them, man. Every single one of them, baby.
Jackpot.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think the Bears did a smart thing in getting Foles. You know, everyone saw, hopefully, everyone has heard how terrible Trubisky was. But the other side, what I believe in is that defense, and I believe in Matt Nagy. You know, I mean, being as bad as Trubisky was, he still threw for almost 4,500 yards, you know, and made Allen Robinson was still a viable fantasy receiver, you know. So
you love that
I'm gonna
guy.
go 100% and just say, look, man,
he had almost 100 catches last year.
Yeah, man, exactly. So, you know, there's room to grow, and it's, you know, all it takes is a viable quarterback, I think. So with that defense, Matt Nagy calling the plays, very instrumental. They say he's the next Andy Reid. Always have something new. Start the season, always have something in his back pocket on a third or fourth down. I really like David Montgomery. You know, he's not the game break speed, but he's between the tackles, got quick feet. He was close to 900 last year, and you know, I don't really, you know, they've had Tariq Cohen, and they haven't been winning with him. You know, there's a reason why David Montgomery came in and took all those carries. You know, about 250, I think it was, for a rookie. So from jumping to Trubisky, from Trubisky to Nick Foles, I mean, you got to be crazy not to think they're going to have a little bit more time of possession, more first downs, and just less turnovers on that side. Miles Sanders, you know, that's 119 carries that Howard left to Miami with. Miles Sanders is super talented. You know, I mean, at the same time, throughout the whole year, everyone knows that Philly was hurting with receiver injuries. Even their best receiver, Zach Ertz, was dealing with a rib injury. So did they have to respect, you know, Carson Wentz throwing deep? No. You know, but, you know, Miles Sanders still had 800 with Howard there. I think he hits that, no problem. Kenyan Drake took over. There was 2 games where he had more than 20 carries. You know, so, I mean, he doesn't really seem like he has a threat on that offense, especially now that you have Nuke Hopkins on the other side. There's no way you're putting 7-8 in the box. I mean, Larry Fitzgerald is just destroying Father Time right now. And Christian Kirk is coming to his own. You know, he had a great season also. And Kyler Murray looks like he's going to be mixing something up in my division. So I'm not really happy about that. And last but not least, I know Wes really likes this guy, Devin Singletary. Same thing with Miles Sanders' situation. Frank Gore left with 166 carries on the table. I don't think Josh Allen is going to be, you know, reaching that 8-9 touchdown mark again, especially with Stephon Diggs on the team. But that's another reason to not put 8 or 9 in the box against Singletary. I think he hits that easily too.
They did get Zach Moss, though, in Buffalo, but
it was more of a round pick, not a high pick.
Yeah.
Anybody get in the club, Paul? The 1K club?
Oh yeah, I agree 100%. This was easy for me, like
All
especially Miles Sanders. You know, like Drew said, Jordan Howard's leaving. They got, you know, the only other combo running back they have that can do anything is Boston Scott, and he's gonna be their little, you know, get some receptions and help them out, like relieve the load. But man, it's all for Sanders to take over. We know the Eagles have one of the best O-lines in the league. You know, it just sets up for him to have a big year, you know, as long as barring health, you know, obviously you got to throw that in because, you know, with running backs these days, like we were just talking about, health is a big thing. So I think barring health injuries, this group definitely makes it. With Drake, you know, not only did, like Drew said, he took over with some 20-plus carries games, but they were running good with Chase Edmonds, he had some big games too. So I like what they were doing on the ground last year, And then David Johnson's gone, whatever that means. It's just one. But so I feel like Drake has a big opportunity, and I like the way they ran the ball last year. I think with Kyler, getting better and doing more in the pass game, it's just going to open up the run game even more. So I think Drake has an opportunity for a big year himself. He's super talented. He never really got a chance with Miami for whatever reason. So, and then Montgomery was the toughest one for me, just because their offense was, in the bottom 5 last year. But like Drew made some good points about why their offense could be better this year, and he doesn't really have any competition as far as rushing goes. You got Cohen there, but he's really just a receiver. He doesn't really carry the ball much. So I mean, he's got every opportunity as well. So, and then Singletary, same thing. I think the biggest point Drew made was all the timeshare people leaving. Sanders, you got Howard left, Drake, David Johnson left, even though he was kind of gone already. Montgomery, you got Cohen, but he was never really in the mix. And then Singletary, you had Gore leave. So I think these 4 guys really have an opportunity, if they stay healthy, to do some big things this year.
Nice. Clean sweep for you two. Oh, man. Whew, well.
Running.
I got to ask you, though. You brought up Chase Edmonds. You brought up Tariq Cohen. Obviously, you don't think Cohen's enough of a threat. Do you see Chase Edmonds as being enough of a threat?
Nope. They didn't use him last year when Drake was running. They gave him pretty much all the carries, and Chase Edmonds was like, all right, cool. I'll just chill. So, yeah. And then Cohen, everyone knows he's just a receiving back. He doesn't – if he gets a carry or 2 a game, that's probably his, his highlight of the day, so.
Let me just –
I think Chase Edmonds was one of the ones that had, like a 3 or 4 touchdown game, right? One week, and then Drake came out and was like, okay, I can do it too. And he had a 4 touchdown game, and they were just like, all right, move over.
That was against San Francisco too, yeah?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I played both back-to-back. When their big running back games happen, I played both those running backs in fantasy.
Oh, that's hurtful.
Yeah.
I feel for you, man.
About that.
I feel for you.
Oh, man. Hey, look, is there any chance the Bears can tailor their offense to pass more? Because we see Kamara, Phillip Lindsay, Austin Eckler. Maybe that's the best example right now. Is there a chance for Tariq Cohen? Nope, that's it. Nope.
I think he's had enough of a sample size that we know what his role is, and it's not going to change much.
Nope.
Yep, exactly the same thing. I mean, he's definitely dynamic. You get the ball in his hands in open space, he can make a play, but he's too small to be taking that through the tackles, and you got to make sure you split that up and use him wisely if you want him as an asset to your team.
Hey, Tariq, you hear that? You're too small. All right, well, hey, I think Montgomery is good as a receiver. I think his role is going to continue to grow. Miles Sanders, I think, is already a baller. I was pretty surprised what I saw from Kenyan Drake. I actually think he's pretty good. I was surprised, though, because I watched Miami, and he didn't look like a good back. But, hey, new scenery, different culture, maybe a different offense, and you maximize what you can get from Kenyan Drake. And I'd say he's more of a question mark than a player that we already have a rap sheet on. But I'm going to take the high side on Kenyan Drake too. And the only guy I have a question about reaching 1K is actually a guy you said I like, because I do like him. Devin Singletary.
What?
I don't know. There's just something – I know that the proven timeshare backs left some of those teams, but if they were in a timeshare, not all of them are going to get an expanded role. I kind of question what they see in Devin Singletary. I watched those games intently. I had Singletary in all my leagues. I was rooting for him. I don't know why. I just liked the guy, and then I watched him, and he was a baller. I thought he earned more carries, and he got a few extra carries when Gore got nicked up. But, I don't know. I question the Bills' offense and their usage of him. I'm not like, oh, Zach Moss is gonna be real competition, overtake his job. Not like that. But I think he's gonna be involved. And if not him, TJ Yeldon. And look, awesome. Bills made the playoffs. I'm not so sure. Show me again. Show me again. I
Of
mean,
course.
it's there for the taking right there because New England had some big change go down. Quarterback. It's open, but I think if we're basing this year's predictions in the AFC East on what we saw last year, most people would pick the Bills to win the division. Now there's expectations. Devin Singletary. I question his part in that movie right there. I don't know if it's going to be a good movie. So
The only thing I'll add to that, since you guys talked about broken tackles with CMC and Leonard Fournette, I mean, watching Singletary all year and all the praise, I guarantee you, I don't have it in front of me, but as soon as you log off, you can check those stats. I guarantee you that kid was top 5 in either forcing missed tackles or tackles broken. He was just so shifty, man. It was unreal.
he wasn't, by the way, because I knew the top 5, but I get your point.
Worth a shot.
I totally get your point. He might have been up there. I'll check it.
Maybe on a per carry basis because he was splitting time. How about that?
Sure. I like it. I dig it.